Hi and welcome to another episode of Fairmont Rainmakers. Today I will talk about goals and also about the law of cause and effect. I talked before about targets and having goals in your life because it's very important that you have goals, that you have a mission. Okay, it can be anything. It can be even just like having a family, or it can be changing the world. Okay, there is something that I believe every human has. Okay, I believe that everyone has a mission. Okay, but we have talents or skills. Okay, just naturally, and if we have a big mission in life, then we also have the talents and the abilities to accomplish that mission. Okay, so if we have big goals, then we also have big talents. Okay, now we need to find the talents and we need to practice. Okay, and we need to learn and we need to develop our skills, our knowledge, and we need to work a lot to achieve our goals. Okay, but we all can achieve the goals that we set for ourselves. That's why I was talking in another episode, we need to be realistic. So I was thinking the other day about a target. Okay, if you have a target, okay, and you want to hit the target, if your target is let's say making 20 million, okay, then that target, you don't need to change the target. Okay, if you have that target in your life, you don't need to change it. What you need to do is you need to change yourself. Okay, because there are 7 universal laws. One of the laws is the law of correspondence. Okay, I will talk more about this law in another episode. Okay, but the law of correspondence says that as above, so below, as below, so above. So everything that we see in the outside is a reflection of what we have in the inside. Everything that we see in countries, in cities, in villages, everywhere was created by humans. Buildings were created by humans. Borders were created by humans. Airplanes, cars, houses, real estate, apartments, finance, banks, everything was created by humans. And if we live in a developed country, that's because humans made it in that way. Okay, it's the same with poor countries. It's just humans that didn't develop the country. Okay, so as Krishnamurti says, the crisis in the world is a crisis in consciousness, and it is very good that now with the internet people can access a lot of information that they were not able to access before. So you need to be very fixed in your target. Okay, and you need to think globally. Okay, don't limit yourself. Okay, don't limit yourself. You need to think globally. Okay, at least globally. You see Elon Musk, Jeff Bezos, they think even in Mars, in other planets. Okay, you don't need to do that if you don't want to, because that takes a lot of effort, but you need to think globally. Okay, the planet is a massive market. There are over 7 billion people in the planet, and if you want to succeed, if you have big goals, you need to think globally, and you can achieve a lot of things with the internet. Okay, you can reach people in places that you cannot even imagine. Okay, but you need to be fixed in your goals. So if your goal is to make 20 million, that goal shouldn't change, but you may have to change your strategy. You may have to change your way of thinking. You may have to change a lot of limiting beliefs, okay? Because if you think about it, a lot of the things that we think come from beliefs that other people gave us. For example, education, just get an education and then get a job and then work in the job for 40 years and then retire. Okay, everyone thinks that, and it's not bad, but that's not the best way to make money. If you read Rich Dad and Poor Dad, then you will know what I'm talking about. That's just a rat race. Work 40 hours a week for 40 years, and then at the end of the 40 years get a pocket watch, probably. When I was a teenager, I used to work in a kitchen. The chef was working there. He worked there for 40 years, and they had about 12 restaurants. And I remember there was a celebration every year, and then they used to give an award to the best chef. Okay, this chef, I only worked there for less than a year, I think, and I just saw him getting the award, and he was very, very happy. And then he said that he waited 40 years to get that, and he said that persistence pays off. Now, that was his achievement, and he was happy because his standards were to be a head chef, to make normal money, and to get an award at the end of his career. Okay, so he did that, and he was happy. Okay. Now, you need to understand the system if you want to make a lot of money. So you need to understand how everything works. You go to school, you go to college, you go to university. You have set times, okay, and it's not okay, and that's something that was said by colleges, by universities a long time ago. Okay, so you need to wake up in the morning and go somewhere to study. Okay, and then you are conditioned. Okay, you are conditioned, and then you need to do the rest. Okay, then you need to get a job, and then you need to go to your job, work for 40 hours or 45, 50 hours, and then you need to work for 40 years, and then you will have a retirement. Okay, now in Rich Dad and Poor Dad, Robert Kiyosaki talks about the rat race. Okay, it is a rat race. That's the rat race. Okay, but at the same time, not everyone should try to be an entrepreneur. Okay, not everyone should be in business, because being in business is difficult. You need a lot of skills. You have risk, especially if you don't have training, if you don't have a mentorship, if you don't have a guide. It's difficult to make it happen. So in many cases it is better to get a job, okay, but you should get a job that pays you well, okay, and then you should save and invest in deals, okay, in real estate, in business deals. Well, we at Fairmont Rainmakers work with a lot of doctors, surgeons, people working in healthcare businesses, and I mean, a doctor can make 100, 200k a year, and they live comfortably. The same with CFOs, CEOs. There are a lot of jobs that can pay you a lot. Okay, so it can be a good option for you to get a job, but you should get a job that pays well. Okay, if you think that business is not for you, just get a well-paid job. Okay, you should get a job that will make you six figures, okay, at least. Because I don't know how people live with five figures. I mean, I think it is possible for sure, but you cannot grow that much. I mean, you can live comfortably. I mean, making 60k a year and spending 50k a year, 40k a year, you can live comfortably. You won't have luxuries, but you can live comfortably. You can put your kids through college. You won't give them the best education, but you can live comfortably. However, if you want to be rich, then you need to make six figures, okay? But then you also need to know how to invest the money that you save, okay? Because, I mean, if you have money in the bank, you're making almost nothing, next to nothing, so you need to invest properly, okay? That's why we work with doctors. That's why we work with healthcare professionals, and we build portfolios for them, real estate portfolios, and also businesses. In that way, they can increase their income considerably. Because, I mean, for a business to make six figures is not a lot of money, okay? Especially for an established business. We don't create revenue, we buy revenue, okay? So we buy businesses, we buy established businesses. We don't turn around businesses. We don't look for businesses that need improvement, and businesses that are making a loss. Because, I mean, if you want to buy a business with no money, you can't do that, and you need to be logic, okay? So you can buy a business that is making a loss for $1, okay? And then if you know how to turn around the business, you can make a lot of money, but that requires a skill, okay? That requires a skill. And if a business is very, very profitable, then it's very difficult to find a seller that will give you the business. I mean, for sure they won't give you the business for $1. They can accept a payment plan if you offer more, but I mean, you need to be logical, okay? If you need to know, there are a lot of companies and private equity firms and a lot of business buyers looking for deals all the time, and they have cash, okay? So they can buy businesses. They can pay 100k, $1 million, $2 million to sellers if the businesses are profitable. So you cannot compete with them. Okay. However, you can find a seller that can give you a business with a payment plan if you have a great team in place. But well, what we do is we just buy businesses. Okay, we use SBA loans, we use seller finance, but not. We try to use 100% seller finance, but it's not that easy, especially if the business is good. So we always try to find a balance. Okay, we can pay part of the money, and then we can ask for some seller finance. Okay, but we are realistic. We know what kind of deals we can find, and we know what kind of deals are just very, very difficult to find. In another episode, I was talking about the EBITDA and the purchase price. Okay, so we look for 1 or 2 times EBITDA to buy businesses. So when we work with doctors or surgeons, that's to buy businesses. Okay, we will buy, for example, a business that is making $1 million a year. We will buy. We will try to buy the business for $1 million, or sometimes 2 times, so $2 million. Okay, so that's the ratio that we look for. Now, if you are a doctor, okay, and you are making $200K a year, you will definitely be able to save half of that, or you should, okay, because I know a lot of doctors that don't save that, they just spend everything, but you should be saving half of that. Okay, you can live a nice, comfortable life with $100K. However, you should invest the money that you save in the right way. Okay, you should have part of the money in cash, part you should own some gold, you should own a bit in stocks. Okay, but we need to be careful with the stocks. Okay, the SP 500 it has been given 9.8% for the last over 80 years, so that's what you can make, and then you need to invest part of your money into deals that can give you a high return on investment. Okay, so if you invest $100K into a deal, we acquire businesses with SBA loans, so you just need to put 10% down, and the rest we just get finance from banks. So with $100K we can acquire a business for $1 million, and the business will be making between $500K and $1 million a year. Okay, now if you make $200K a year and you buy a business making $500K, I mean, your income will grow quite a lot. So that's something that you should learn, or if you're interested in doing it with us, you can register to our webinar. We explain everything in more detail there, but we're just telling you different strategies that you can use to increase your income. Okay, you don't need to do it with us, you can do it by yourself, but we like to give information because we know that we can save a lot of time to people, and it's all about saving time. Okay, if you have a target, if you have a goal, you want to save time. Okay, if you want to make $1 million, you don't want to make $1 million in 20 years. Okay, you can cut that. okay, but also be realistic. Okay, you can't make 1 million in 1 or 2 or 3 years with the right strategy. Okay, but you won't make it in a day. Okay, I mean, it's very, very difficult. Okay, some people made it in a day, but it's not realistic. Okay, so it is very important to be realistic. So talking about being realistic, we will talk about one of the universal laws. This is the law of cause and effect. Okay, everyone knows this, but I mean, you need to know how your mind works. Okay, you need to know how the 7 universal laws work. Okay, in your life, because these laws work. Okay, it's just logic, but it's very important to think about the laws all the time, and then you will realize a lot of things. Okay, I learned these laws probably 16, 17 years ago, and I just see that the laws always work. So correspondence: as above, so below; as below, so above. Everything that we see in the outside is a reflection of everything that we think and feel in the inside, of everything that we say as well. Okay, but all the laws are correlated. So another law, of course, is cause and effect. This law is more commonly understood because basic science classes teach it. Okay, everyone knows this. But if you think about it, every cause has its effect, and every effect has its cause. So if something bad happens in your life, or if there is something in your life that you don't like, then you can't change that. Okay, maybe it's difficult, maybe it will take you a long time, but you can't change it. You can't change everything in your life. A lot of the times you need to break relationships with the wrong people. A lot of the times you need to just think differently. Okay, you need to control your mind. You need to train your mind. You need to learn new skills all the time. You need to access the right information. Okay, you need to change your beliefs. You need to change your feelings. Okay, it is very good to meditate as well. If you have internal conflicts, then you should meditate. Okay, because if you can connect to yourself, okay, to your inner self, okay, if you believe in God, then when you meditate or when you pray, you are trying to connect to God. So it is very important to change your inside. Okay, that's I also think that, for example, like now there, like, Jeff Bezos, Elon Musk, everyone wants to go out of the planet, but I don't think that we can go to another planet and let's say we find life in other planet. I don't think that we will be able to contaminate other planets with hate or with misery or with all the bullshit that we have in this planet. So I don't think the universe would let us do that. Okay, if humans fucked up this planet, I don't think the universe will let humans fuck up another planet and then go to other fucking solar systems and galaxies and just contaminate the whole universe. I don't think that's gonna happen. Okay, so we need to change inside a lot. Humans, we need to change our belief system. We need to change our feelings. We need to end poverty. We need to end a lot of shit. Okay, we need to end the drug problem. We need to end hate, wars. I mean, think about wars. Okay, we had to. Well, I didn't live through the wars, but I mean, humans learned a lot because of the wars. Okay, and a lot of the beliefs that people had at that time. I mean, if you think about it, there are people that still think that like racism still exists. Okay, the Nazi movement is over, but there are still racism. I mean, that still exists. Okay, until this day, and that's something that still I believe it will end at some point. Okay, because if you think about it, thousands of years ago, the countries didn't exist. Okay, so we humans created countries, we created borders, we created everything, and we will change everything as well. Uh, Internet is changing everything. Okay, and internet will keep changing everything. Okay, so you need to use it to your advantage. Okay, you don't need to care about what everyone else is doing. You need to care about what you are doing. Okay, so you need to use the internet to your advantage, and you need to get the right information, and you need to achieve your goals, and you need to set the right goals in your life. Okay, and always think about this law, cause and effect. Every cause has its effect, and every effect has its cause. So if something happens to you, always understand that you can change that. Okay, but you need to work on the cause of everything in your life. And the cause of a lot of things is in your mind and in your feelings. Okay, but your mind is very, very powerful. Okay, don't waste it. Don't waste it listening to negative people. Don't waste it watching news all the time. Don't waste it listening to negative shit. No, don't waste it putting your attention in the wrong things. You need to focus in the right things. You need to control your attention. Okay, because your attention can control your life. Okay, where focus goes, energy flows. You need to put your attention in the right things. And something very important is money. Okay, so you need to focus in money. Okay, you need to focus in your health, in your happiness, in putting the right information in your mind. Okay, in thinking properly, in networking with the right people. Okay, you need to think in the right way, and you need to train your mind every day. Every day you need to train your mind. Every day you need to train your feelings. Every day you need to train, and you will create momentum in your life. And if you create momentum, the right momentum in your life, good things will happen. Okay, good things will happen. You just need to work in yourself, in your mind, because if your mind is trained, you won't let people waste your time. You won't let people waste your attention. You won't let people waste your life. You will start listening to the right people. You will start thinking in the right way, and you will start knowing who the right people are, who will help you, who is going to help you. Because if you know the difference between someone that wants to help you and someone that wants to do something bad to you or waste your time, then you will be able to network only with the people that will help you. You will be able to listen to the people that can do something for you. Okay, so to do that, you need to train your mind. You need to learn the right things. You need to put your attention in the right information. You need to learn the things that will help you achieve your goals and achieve your happiness. Okay, and always think about cause and effect. Okay, it's very, very important. Okay, if you don't know why is something happening, just think about it. Think about what is causing everything. Okay, and when you think about that, you will learn a lot about the system. You will learn a lot about people. You will learn a lot about life, and then you can work in the cause of everything. Okay, and if you work in the cause of everything, you will solve the effects. Okay, well, thanks for listening, and we will see you in the next episode.